So apparently your dad here, and I'm sure all you guys are thinking this, but for some reason I'm becoming the grumpy old man here, right?
Yeah.
Which is what you guys think. Something that happens as soon as our balls start to drop.
Oh, yeah.
And we get old a little bit.
How you gonna?
When you're sitting on a shitter and the water hits your balls, that you're getting old when that happens.
No, you're old when you can't get up off that toilet.
Well, and then you have to grab
the side rail, and you're trying to get up.
And of course, I can't hear anymore, which is why I like to wear the earphones because I can't hear shit anymore.
That's nothing. Same here.
Yeah, see.
And so here recently, I had this incident that happened at Home Depot. I'm looking for some bungee cords. On my back deck, I put up a nice little shade. Go to Home Depot. I set my phone up. I have my phone. I have a picture of a bungee cord. I go in, and the first gal that comes up to me says, "Can I help you?" And I say, "Yes, looking for these bungee cords." And it's right on there. So she looks at my phone and kind of like turn it over. I don't even know if she knew what it was. So then another kid comes over and says, "Can I help you?" I say, "Yeah, I have a bungee cords that I'm looking for. Can you help me out?" "Oh yeah." So if you go down to aisle 12, they would probably be in that aisle. So I said, "Okay." So I look at him. I said, "So probably. So you're telling me that they may not be, and he says, "No, they're probably there." I said, "All right, I'm gonna go take a look." Hold on. But if you check in aisle 16, possibly they'd be in there. I'm like, okay, so probably in 12, possibly in 16. I said, "You're not really helping me out here." And I said, "So in between, you're saying that the bungee cords are there?" "Well, yeah, because between 12 and 16, it's non-electric. It's your cords, your wires, your chains, whatever." And I'm like, "All right, I'm going to go take a look. I appreciate the help for whatever it was worth." These guys claim that I've been rude. I'm being rude, right? Is that what you guys are saying?
Yeah.
This is a new story to me.
So I haven't told you this
Chris
story?
didn't hear the story. It was
Okay,
just
so that's what's going on, Chris. I'm sitting there, and these guys they're trying to help me, but at the same time, I'm not getting really much help. So between 12 and 16, possibly, maybe, probably, they might be. Anyway, long story short, I look through all these aisles, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, then find them. I say, I'm going to try 12 again, and I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to do the one on the other side of 12. I go to 11. They're sitting right there. They're in aisle 11. Grab the cords, kind of laughed a little bit. I'm like, okay, they really did help me here. So I grab the cords, paying for them, and the kid walks by, and I stop him real quick. I say, "Hey, thanks for your help." "Oh, hey, no problem. That's what we're here for." I said, "By the way, they were in aisle 11.
Right.
Yeah. So the next time you have a customer that's looking for these cords, now you know they're in aisle 11. Right?
Nothing wrong with that.
No wrong. Okay, so now how am I the bad guy?
You're helping them out.
Exactly. See? From an old man right here.
No, you're saying you
Easy
came at
with
this
the old
whole,
man deal.
You came at the whole story so soft. So I had asked him, and he said they were in this aisle. So I went to go look. That's not how you told me. You started giving him smart mouth. You started like, so you think it's possibly there? You think it's maybe there? Should I go check and come back to you and let you know?
Okay, that's the dirty version.
That's what happened.
Okay, I gave you the clean version.
Exactly.
Okay,
you got to give him the emotional spectrum.
So
now you were actually real.
So now you're going to have our guests say, "Damn, he was an asshole to these kids."
That's not even your worst one.
That's not, Chris.
You've been a worse old man at Sonic.
No, another scenario happened where we went to KFC and he did this to another person. I'll tell the story and how it happened.
Okay, go ahead, real quick.
Here's what happened. Here's what happened, Chris. We went to KFC. We ordered in line. They told us to pull forward, so we do. We're waiting there. They bring us our food. He's talking to me. He goes, "Oh shoot, I forgot to ask them for something back at the window." So the girl comes out. A girl comes out with all our food. She comes, brings it to us, and he goes, "Oh, do you mind? Can I get some hot sauce?"
I asked for a handful.
A handful of like hot sauce.
I said, "Can I get a handful of hot sauce, please?"
Yeah.
Did I say please?
I don't remember if you said please or not, but she said, okay, do you mind if you go back around? Saying like go back through the drive-through.
She wanted me to get back in line, and there was probably like 3 or 4 cars.
Yes, a ridiculous notion, but he goes, "Are you serious?" Like you said, real aggressively.
No, I said, "Honey, are you serious?"
No, he's lying. Now he's lying. He's such a liar. He said, "Are you serious?" Kind of like
I said, "Darling, sweetie, are you serious?"
Not that's just getting weird.
No,
Okay, yeah,
no, he's
okay, I
lying.
didn't say
Okay,
that.
so
I didn't
you
say it
know,
like that.
Chris, you don't know who, or maybe you do or not because you played tennis. The tennis player, McEnroe,
John
McEnroe.
John
The way he
McEnroe.
does, he goes, "You cannot be serious." The way he does it every time. That's how Dad did it.
You cannot be serious!
And if I had a tennis racket, I would have fucking
thrown
slammed it on the ground.
And-
Are you fucking serious?
Are you serious? So she goes back inside, and the dude who we had initially saw at the window brought out the hot sauces because Dad scared her so much that she wouldn't come back around herself.
I don't think I scared her that much.
She would have brought it back out if she thought it
Maybe
was
she was well, she was working the window. She was busy.
No, the guy was working the window. He had to take time because she probably scared her too much to come out and give you hot sauce.
Man, you know what? And I don't want to be that mean person. I wasn't being that mean person because, of course, Chris, with his job, he's got to handle people.
Chris doesn't
You're
count
s-
though. Chris
All
doesn't
right.
have real people feelings, so you can't affect him.
And then your sister works at Dick's Sporting Good, and I know she has to deal with people because she actually told me a story that she goes back. People come back there and they ask for, we've done this. We go up back there and we ask, yeah, do you have a 12 and a half? Let me go back and check. Go back and check. They come back. Sorry, we don't have that.
Right.
But we got a 9. No, and damn well that's not going to fit me. And I hope your sister doesn't do that. But I've had that done to me where they come back. Oh, sorry, we don't have a 12 and a half, but 8 and a half. Well, that you want to try that?
My
whole point
response
in-
would be
the
no,
whole-
no,
Give me
thank you. I'm not going to go
give
and
me
say.
give me 2 pairs of size 6s and make a 12, and I'll fucking put
Exactly,
those on.
exactly.
The whole point of them saying that, like, I don't have this, but I have this, they still want you to buy their shit.
They're still
yeah.
trying to push their product. I mean, so you
Well,
don't
yeah,
have you
I
don't
know,
have
I
to give them a
know.
snarky
But
extra
anyway-
mark. Oh, we have
Okay,
6.5.
but
So bring
anyway,
me the
so-
other 5.5.
Okay, so anyway, the guy brings me I asked for a handful. Handful's a good 12. He brings me 4 packs.
That's
You
not a
bring-
handful.
That's
Yeah.
not a handful.
Maybe
Unless
it's
he
a small
had
hand, you got little
He had
hands,
little
exactly.
bitty hands, and little bitty claws. Son of a bitch. Anyway, yeah. So and then I should have just opened them all up and just threw them. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. See, it works.
I know it works. What do you do?
Can you hear me pretty good with it?
Stop.
Anyway, I've always wanted to use that. It's taken me. Oh, actually, ladies and gentlemen, before I introduce my guests, let me say that this is our number 50th episode.
And if
Hey,
you
that still
can't see
didn't
right
work.
now, it's his shirt is what does it say?
Okay, it's our
Gold meter.
50th
Oh.
episode.
50th
let me be
episode.
one.
You're wearing your 49th into 50th
Okay,
episode.
I
so
like that.
so I actually got this for my birthday during COVID.
Uh-huh.
And my sister-in-law, Rosalinda, bought it for me. But now, 49 is turning, and now we're back in episode number 50.
Yep.
See, and I almost went and bought a giant 5-0 balloon so we could put behind us.
That's so unnecessary.
I know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest, Mr. Carlos Quijas.
Hey.
This out.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, boy!
Yeah, boy, here you go,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Appreciate
You're welcome.
Anyways, welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome to the
Hey,
show, Carlos.
glad to have me.
I'm glad you're here. I know you're a busy guy. You have like 2 or 3 jobs. I know.
Yeah.
So
I got all types
you,
of stuff going
you had
on.
to tell one of your jobs that, hey, I got something more important to do. But keep me on the clock.
I work in the drive-through handing out
Hot
handing out the
sauces?
hot sauces. I'm that dude. I'm that cat.
Yeah. How you been?
I've been good, man. No complaints here.
Yeah, everything okay?
Everything good, man.
Good, man. Yeah, again, like I said, thanks for joining us. How you been?
Everything's been good. Just hard at it, working, getting old, trying to keep that water off my balls when I sit down, like you're saying. I started
Right.
getting a hot flash when you said that. So yeah,
You're like, son of a
I'm
bitches.
50, so I'll 50,
So you
50.
you just turned 50 here.
August the 9th, yeah, last
Okay,
year.
so
So I'll be
last year.
51. Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be 51 this year. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So this is perfect. So this is why I wanted you for the 50th episode.
Bada boom, bada bang.
Oh, that's just coincidence.
So you're gonna tell me every person from this point on, you're gonna have to get the next age?
Yeah. Man, when was the last time we saw each other? Do you recall?
I do. It was here. Remember, I came from the golf tournament. Remember, and I was telling you, I still have my golf shoes on. I came in with the golf. Remember, I said,
Yeah,
"Have
yeah.
you found my ball?"
That's
I
right.
was
Oh
looking
yeah,
for my ball.
because that day you came. We were talking and Yeah, and I said, we were talking about the podcast, and
Yeah.
I said, oh, yeah, here's my card.
Uh-huh.
Right? I gave you my card, and then we started talking about some other things. And then you brought back up the podcast, and I said, oh, yeah, just get your card, and you can scan it. There's a QR code.
Uh-huh.
I said, try it. And you're like, oh, yeah. So you dug it, and I stood there for about 7 minutes. 7 minutes
Hey,
watching you
man.
dig through your pocket.
I do it all the time.
I gave you this card 7 minutes ago.
I do it
and
all the time.
You freaking lost it.
Oh, yeah.
And so you started pulling out shit out of your pocket. I remember. Okay, so you pulled out a
golf tee.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? You pulled out a golf tee.
I had a ball in there somewhere. Oh,
Yeah, pull out toothpicks, gum, lint.
A bill. I have a bill wrapped up in there.
I was like, geez, man, how deep are those pockets? Man, you pulling all kinds of shit out. Pull out a mouse. I was like, okay, you have to let that thing go outside. Keys. And then you had my keys. You handed me my keys. I was like, what are you, a magician? And then you
Started pulling out the handkerchief out of my mouth.
Yeah, and then you say here and pull a quarter out of my ear. I'm like, Jesus, okay, you either went golfing or you went to magician school. So,
Shit.
yeah, that was pretty funny that night. And of course, we had a nice little buzz going, and we just talked.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, it
man,
was
you
a
need to
good
come on
night.
and do the show. Yeah, I'd like to have you in, and you're like, yeah, I didn't know you had a podcast, and I'm like, all right, thanks, Carlos.
I said, what?
Yeah, what you doing? What with who? What's a podcast? Yeah,
No.
so yeah, that was a fun night, and then of course, I'm you're here now. We could talk it up a little bit.
But I've known you forever.
Yeah, I mean, how far back we go, Carlos?
Oh, man. 35, 40 years.
So
Close,
yep.
yeah.
So, out of high school, I mean, we were both still in high school at the time,
Oh, yeah.
and
St. Margaret's Park days back that's when really
definitely we had to
that
talk
was-
about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good times there.
And then the times that the parties we used to go to. Remember?
Oh.
We'd always meet up at somebody's party. Somebody.
American Legion, Argentine Central. We
Yeah,
always,
even the few house parties down
Oh,
on
yeah,
Central.
yeah, yeah.
Remember? And it's funny. It's talking about this party. I remember this one time we partied really good that night, and I don't know if you remember this, but I think you put your shoes on the top of somebody's car, and then they drove off. And
I can remember. You're starting to come back to me, but yeah, I try to forget those days sometimes. Yeah,
You
yeah.
go chasing the car.
yeah, so he went chasing this guy, and I was like, well, okay, for one thing, why does we're outside in the street. Why doesn't he have his shoes on?
Well, yes, I do remember that. But wasn't that over Missouri somewhere?
It might have been. I can't remember where that.
I remember chasing the car. I
Yeah.
do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was okay because I guess for some reason people think, and we've talked about this in another episode, that people run faster when they don't have their shoes on. Is that true?
I do.
Do you?
I run like a
Like a cheetah?
oh.
You take your
yes.
socks off?
No. I just let them fall off. I hit about 3 or 4 strides and them just straight off.
They just shoot right at you. See them fly behind the back of your head?
Oh yeah.
Man. And and that's crazy because that was one of those, and I could not stop laughing because we're just standing there watching you run
That
down
was
the
at the
road.
party house down off of 39th. Or was that 39, 31st? 31st.
When you mean party house, do you mean this is just a place you guys had a lot of parties at, or what do you?
No,
like
it
someone-
was an old theater down there. It was not too far from
an old theater.
Theater. Yep.
That's what he said. He said a theater.
Theater.
Help me! Help me!
It's okay. We're 50 years old. We could get away with shit like that. I wasn't going to correct you. A theater.
Technically, that is correct.
Okay, it's the way you want to read it. Like,
Well, that's
like
an RE and
like
an
if you
ER.
say thanks, do you say thanks?
No, that's spelling. It's a T. It's an
TH.
RE. It's a theater. So RE and then versus ER. Theater.
Okay.
I like the differences where you go watch a play, a theater. Where you go see movies, a theater.
You know, and back in the day, I used to have trouble with that. Was it a
Obviously,
theater?
I still do.
Theater, and yeah, you still do. Yeah, come on, kids, let's go to the theater.
Well, yeah, that's where that was all. That's what happened that night at the theater.
At the theater.
Theater.
So this is just a place.
Theater.
So a
That's-
theater people could rent or what? Well,
Yeah, yeah. Do you remember that? It was off of 31st,
31st and
like Gillum. It was right there. And then
Are you trying to say Gilliam? Or is it? No, I don't
it
know.
was
I don't even
Louis
know what that-
Contreras and all of us was together.
Yeah,
that night.
yeah, that's right.
yeah. So, it was all a blur. We were young kids having fun.
Yep.
We were young kids having fun. Yeah.
How young?
I lost those
We're-
shoes. Never got those shoes back. By the way,
It was,
I'm trying to figure out why I still didn't have my shoes on. That's what
I know,
I'm
we
worried.
You remember what kind of pair? Were they a good pair of shoes?
You
sure,
I
right?
tried
back
to
then,
be
you
all
used
right.
to you used to wear the Nikes, or what would you wear back in the day?
I wore Nikes. I've always been a Nike dude. I wore Nikes. I got them on
I
now.
see him now. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So Nikes. But as I get older, I'm starting to branch out onto other
On the other
brands, some
shoes, yeah.
Adidas, and
Well, because as
I
we
know
get
you guys
older,
are Adidas.
yeah, I still wear the Adidas, but actually,
Yeah,
when
break
I
into the old man shoes, some New
Yeah.
Balances.
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
These
Or
guys-
the Velcro.
Okay. That might be Skechers. Huh?
Back actually for my 50th birthday, it was during COVID. The kids all pitched in and bought me a $30 pair of New Balance.
Nice.
Yeah, they all. How much did you guys pitch in? Like $11 a piece? The fuck? At least gave me 90 pairs.
What did you do wrong that year?
It was COVID. Apparently, with COVID, everybody just was like, we could get away with shit because it's blame it on COVID.
Yeah, we went there to go get him new shoes. He asked for some 10s. No, but we have 9s.
Yeah, and I wore a 12. And I don't remember asking for a 10, but maybe that's what it was.
No, that's actually the New Balance store is kind of ridiculous because like they measure your feet, so like they do like a whole thing. So you had like one shoe that was like a 12, and the other one was like 11 and a half.
I know, right? Yeah, and then speaking of COVID, the other name, what was the other name that they used for instead of COVID?
The pandemic.
No, instead of COVID, it was called.
Something 19 or something.
It was.
Chris,
And
you know?
what about COVID?
It was Kung. They called it Kung Flu.
Well, that's the
No, that was the bird flu.
That was a bird flu.
Don't tell me you propped it up just to do
I had
that.
to prop it up for that.
That
It
was,
was-
God.
that's what it-
that's
instead
just the
of- instead
racist
of-
political term that was used.
Instead of Kung Fu,
You
they
called it the bird flu?
no Kung Flu. What?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know? Yeah, you know who actually? You know where I heard that from? Bobby Lee.
Bobby, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Are you paying attention, Chris? Or are you watching Avengers in the background?
Chris!
I just noticed.
are we gonna have to change the TV? Where's the Avengers at?
right
Oh,
there.
this-
Can you
man.
see that?
Anyway, yeah. So that I think that weekend that we talked here was that the same weekend of the draft, NFL draft.
No. That was a few weeks prior to that.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
So, hey, what were we watching? It was. I know there was a sporting event going on.
I was looking for my golf ball. That's what I don't remember.
You
what
thought
was
you
on
hit
the
it
tee.
this
Yeah,
way
I
and
was-
it came inside?
I was way off. I chucked it.
Where'd you go play? Or what was the event for the golf?
It was a golf tournament at the Dubs Dread.
Dubs Dread.
Yeah, that's out
That's
there.
a movie, isn't it? Like a Sylvester Stallone.
No, that's Judge Dredd.
Oh, yeah.
No, Dub Dread's out there, out in Piper, off of out by 7 Highway. It was a golf tournament out that way.
Oh, okay.
So,
Right by the theaters.
It's Hollingsworth.
Onsworth.
Hollingworth and 130.
Nice course. I'll have to go play.
It's not. Oh yeah, it's a really nice course.
Interesting.
How often do you play golf?
I don't play very often, but I'm playing this Friday at Tiffany Springs. Tiffany Springs. Tiffany Green. Yeah,
Green
well,
Springs. It's all the same.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all the same.
so-
You just left out a letter and added another one.
But no, I don't play very often. They invite me because I bullshit.
Because they need
someone
another
to laugh.
person.
Yeah, they need another person. I said, you can call me late, you can call me last, but just call me.
Right.
You know?
Just don't call me late for dinner.
Right.
Get it?
Yeah, I got it.
You play golf?
I do. Yeah.
I don't.
You don't?
I try.
Why? You don't like getting out there?
No. You know what? Yeah. I don't know. I've only done it once. How long have you been playing?
Oh man, I played for about 5 years, but I don't play
Really?
very often. I just
Right.
play. I get
So
out
once a
there
year? That's more than me.
I go out there about maybe 3 or 4 times a year.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So
a lot of time during the BPU golf tournament, and there's different organizations that have golf tournaments that they'll wrap me up into like this Friday.
Nice. You know what? Maybe one day you can call Marcos. He knows some guys that can play.
Come on, Marcos. We
No,
can
I'm
do
not
it.
saying him. I'm saying he knows some guys that can play.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I played and I never got invited back, and because then that was like on a Saturday, and then these guys went and played Sunday. They'd rather play with 3 guys instead of 4. Yeah. They didn't even call me back, and I don't know how I found out. But yeah, they said, oh yeah, we went the next day, and I'm like, fuck, you guys didn't even call me.
Right.
But anyway,
How'd you feel about that?
I was hurt.
Yeah.
I was hurt.
I get it.
I took a week off of work.
I get it.
'Cause I was
Did you
like-
look in the mirror? Did you look at your mirror and said, Ugh.
I said, God damn it.
Instead,
Gotta learn how to play golf.
You gotta look in that mirror.
But
man.
at least they're still friends of mine, I think. Yeah, they're still friends.
you're a liar. You didn't.
About
you didn't say- You said I gotta learn to play. You didn't say, all right, how can I get better so I can get invited back? You just said, fuck him. I'm never playing again.
Yeah, and I haven't played since. And I tell that story like I just told you, and I'm sure that one day you're gonna go golfing with your boys, and hey, we need another golfer. Oh fuck, don't call Marty because he fuck don't wear his glasses or he can't see, and
You don't have enough balls.
because they're usually getting wet while I'm hitting. So let's go back. We used to play. Do you remember when we used to play football?
Oh yeah.
Remember, no pads,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
were always one of the youngest guys playing, right? 'Cause,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
always rolled with the older group. I was always the youngest.
who was that group?
like 2 years. I mean, it's not that much.
It was
Valdovinos
the Valdovinos' Central Clique. It was Greg and Felipe and Leo. Me and Leo.
Yeah,
Me and
Leo. The Morenos
Frankie.
would play,
Yeah.
So all the
Ramon.
Central guys, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then remember when we used to play Central against Argentina?
Yeah, we'd play at St. Margaret's Park sometimes. Yeah, with your cousin
Jaime,
Hyman
Albert.
Albert, yeah, Big Al. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Junior Gutierrez played on our team. Them were good times.
Yeah,
People got roughed up there. They got roughed up.
yeah. Those.
Yeah, all those
yeah.
incidents are the reason why you guys can't run right now.
You know, the thing about that time was, we were from different neighborhoods, and it was those deals that we come together and we played a game, and it was a personal. You know what I mean? We played a game with no pads on, and I mean elbows were being flown. You know,
I tell you, who was a hard head. Hard hit was Leo.
Leo's always been a hard hitter.
He used to run the ball, and he would just run like.
And he only had legs on him like this. It was like he was like a little turtle. He just ding, 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 ding.
But
we'd
we'd bounce off of him, and he was a little turtle running.
But we got up after the game and we shook hands and we hung out. And them were some of the best times of my life is getting kids from other neighborhoods, because that was when times were. This was 85, 86, 87 in that area. When that's when the gang stuff starting to fester and neighborhoods, and there was always the West Side, there was always Argentina, there was always Central, and there was
all that gang stuff really developed into the 90s is when like everybody started doing, kind of turf wars.
yeah. I mean, there was we were there earlier than that. There was things that was going on earlier than that,
Right, but I mean, you guys, still there's a lot of like, well, I don't know what you would call it, but just like you guys mixed everybody and just got together still.
The thing I liked I remember about those days was, Central St. Margaret's Park was an area that everybody came to. I mean, Argentina, West Side, we'd have a good time. Even we play football, and then on Friday, Saturday nights, and your dad would tell you, I mean, we're talking, 100 kids out there almost every weekend playing music. We have a
break dancing,
crowing on each other, talking about each other's mama. I mean, just down vicious shit, and we loved it. The girls fought more than the guys. That was the crazy thing about it.
And, it's talking about each other's. I couldn't do that.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
Your mama jokes. Oh,
I couldn't do that. But I remember
your mama is a lovely woman.
And back in, like even Jaime Espinoza. Remember?
Oh yeah,
Jaime
was a big crowing dude.
You guys would go at each other's moms.
Who taught you your mama? Who did that? Who taught you your mama? The older people? Because where did that even come from? Chris, look that up for me. Where did your mama jokes even come from? Where did that first start? Because everybody in the 2000s learned it from MTV.
Searching the streets of Los Angeles to find the city's real trash talkers. And right now, this is your show, Your Mama.
But that was in that area.
Was it
I don't know.
Your Mama?
Yeah, Your Mama.
No, it was, what was that name of that show?
Yeah, it was Your Mama. It was
No, it wasn't just called Your Mama. It was
just Your Mama. Was it? I didn't know it was Fez.
no. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was.
I'd go home and say, my mom, they were talking bad about you last night. Oh, they said you bald headed and this and that, you stunk.
Hey, you wore combat boots. Mom, you weren't even in the service, but you wore combat boots.
Right.
Okay, I want you all to take a guess of when you think they first appeared.
On TV?
No.
Or in history?
Yeah.
Your mama. The Your Mama jokes?
Yeah.
When they first appeared had to be in the 70s.
No, I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna say it was probably like
Shot.
the like pioneer times. I'm gonna go with the 1800s.
You think the cavemen used to talk to your mama?
Nah.
When was it?
During Babylonia.
What's that?
Over
Was it like
it's
between
3500
Gematron?
BCE.
And bologna?
3500
Apollonia?
BCE.
Chris, they go, that mother was a whore.
A bloody whore.
A bloody. No, that's more British.
All right.
Yeah, that was a bloody whore.
Yeah, apparently an
Your mother's so fat,
archaeologist,
Jack the Ripper would
an
even kill her.
archaeologist discovered a tablet dating
Shut
back
the
to,
fuck up.
Yeah, dating back to that time.
Really?
They used to put them on tablets.
Yeah, dating back to the time
His
of
mama.
Babylonia.
I could just wait. You said Babylonian. You said Babylonian.
Is there any your mama
Oh,
jokes
man.
on there?
Jesus must have got roasted because he ain't have no dad. You don't even know your real dad.
Let's get a moment of silence. Let's do a little prayer.
That's when it like first appeared. The next time where it was really used was Shakespeare's era.
Wow.
Give me a minute. Let me think of this Shakespearean.
I thought it all started at St. Margaret's Park.
Let me think
How
about
shallow
this.
am I?
Give me a minute, Chris. Give me a second. Let me do this. Shakespearean playwright. Okay. Okay. Oh Romeo, wherefore art thou, mother? Your mother was a bitch.
Whoa.
Okay, let me read you.
She was a sullen cow.
Let me read you an actual one.
Okay, read one from that time.
Villain, what hast thou done? That which that canst not undo. Thou hast undone our mother. Villain, I have done thy mother.
I don't even know what. Damn. Huh? He said he did your mama.
Can you text me that?
I know. All I heard was.
Oh, did I hit the microphone?
I know. I thought that your phone wasn't getting any service, and you tried to read it off. You sound like a transformer.
That's pretty good. If that wasn't a real Shakespearean play, I'd be impressed.
And I didn't understand anything he said. How did you figure that?
It comes from his play Titus Andronicus.
Tight ass what?
Well, it was a play about your mother.
Oh, shit.
That's funny. Those dogs.
I'm gonna have to watch this again just to figure out what you said.
Yeah, please send it to me so I can.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, go ahead. Read us again for that one more time. The proper way to say it.
But Chris, okay, so
Really pay attention, Dad. You need to pay attention. Listen to
all
the
right.
part where he talks about having sex
think
with
it-
someone's mom.
oh, is that what it was about?
That's literally what it says.
Villain, what hast thou done? That which thou canst not do. Thou hast undone our mother. Villain, I have done thy mother.
He's done his mother.
How could that be more specific?
Are you done?
Going on more, while Shakespeare first published it, Monty Python was the first one to actually use it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Your mother
yeah.
was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
I like that one. Your mother was a hamster. Oh, shit.
That's hilarious, and you guys are just going at it. That was the days at the park.
Here's why it says
Yes.
your mama is so fat. I took a picture of her last Christmas, and it's still printing.
See? There you go. Yeah.
Your mama is so ugly. When she tried to join an ugly contest, they said, "Sorry, no professionals." I never heard that one.
That one's a classic.
Is it? I never heard that one. I'm gonna start using this on you.
Your wife?
Yep. Your mama's so fat when she fell, no one was laughing, but the ground was cracking up.
Damn.
Oh, that's funny. Anyway,
All right.
get out of that. Yeah. So these guys used to crow, and I'd be just sitting there listening, and I'd be like, "Man, nobody better say anything about my mama."
Well, don't say that about my mama.
I know. Don't say nice. Don't say no shit about my mama.
So that's how you settle differences. Yo mama jokes and breakdancing.
Oh,
Right?
man. It was great.
Hey, did you break dance back in the day?
I broke dance. I break dance a little bit. I did some break dance, and then I started in the DJing deal. You remember me
Oh, that's
DJing?
right.
I DJ'd.
What was your DJ name?
It was just DJ Los. It was
DJ
that
Los?
was Los came to that was when I really did the Los deal.
That's
Before it was Carlos, but yeah, I did. And crazy thing about that, nowadays everything is so technical. I mean, everything back in that day. I was sneaking my mom's turntable out, and
Your mama's turntable so old.
Yeah.
Why does your mom have a turntable? That's the better question. I mean, besides a record player.
What turntable was a record player?
Yeah,
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, I'm thinking
record
new
player.
edition.
No,
I
it was-
am, right?
I had some broke down shit, and
I think turntable. I'm thinking
but rock houses,
professional ones.
I had some good parties.
That's
back in the
right,
day.
dude.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that you were DJ.
Yeah.
How did you had that
how
sign
did
that
you
said DJ?
forget that?
DJ. Well, you had a sign that said DJ Los. I thought it was DJ Loss, LOS. And I'm like, this motherfucker can't find himself. He's lost. He forgot the T. He can't spell. DJ Lost.
Lost
He
in the
looks
music.
lost.
He looks lost. He can't find his shoes. Like, gee.
He's barefooted.
They should have called him DJ Barefooted or DJ Socks.
Hey, that DJ sucks.
He
Yeah,
socks a
up in
lot.
this mug, boy. Shoot.
That's right.
Well, what happened? When'd you give it up? Why'd you give it up?
I gave it up because
Well, I gave it up. What, me or him?
Did you DJ?
I used to DJ.
When?
Just my house parties.
Oh, your ass.
The cassettes. I had the cassette. You used to rewind the cassette, and then
you
put a
stood
little
behind the DJs.
put a little spitball in there so you can record over that.
I forgot
You know what
about
I mean?
that.
Yeah, you can put
Spitball.
Yeah, so on the cassette tape there was these two like holes.
Yeah.
and so
That's what
You
you
were-
turn the.
no. On the top of the cassette. So if you're looking at the cassette, they would be up here, right?
There's two, yeah. And if you bought them from the store, they had they were there, so you can record on them. Now, if you bought a tape from tape from the store, the notches were clicked off, so you could not record. So you would cover them with tape or put like a
That's
spitball
right.
in them, and then you could record over whatever's on that tape at the time.
I don't really can't understand the science of how those two little holes makes the difference between recording and tape.
Grab one, find one, and try it out. I'll
Yeah.
tell you, that's the way it went down.
That's
Oh
interesting.
yeah,
That's right. Yeah, so if you didn't want anybody to record on your tape,
Tape.
your mixtape,
the
then
hole
you
there'd be holes in them.
yeah, you would punch the little tab out so nobody would be able to record on that tape.
Again, but science doesn't make sense to me. It's just like a little plastic hole, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, but
and
people
it's
were
a-
slower back then. You know, you hit two buttons to get a record. If you couldn't hit those buttons,
At the same time, yeah.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it's way.
You guys just don't know.
Man, we come
You
from
don't know how to use a computer.
Your mama don't know how.
your mama. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I have to show you guys that, Chris. I'll have to show you that too. Okay. Man, how much of your childhood do you remember? Do you remember?
Oh, I remember quite a bit of it.
Yeah?
I remember quite
You
a
ever
bit of it.
share like?
Oh yeah,
stories
yeah.
with the kids?
That's what makes me who I am today.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an Irish Mexican from Central Avenue.
Oi.
I'm the youngest.
Irish Mexican?
Irish Mexican. It's just bad. It's between Cinco and St. Patrick's Day and
Woo,
Cinco
man.
Dinko. Boy, it's a blur.
Talk about either having a strong liver or being an alcoholic.
Jeez, my knees. But yeah. I was raised on a dead end street up there where 670 is now. We're across from St. Margaret's Park. It's called the Palo Vista now. Where 670
okay,
crosses
yeah.
over off of 7th Street. Youngest of 10. I'm the youngest of 10.
Youngest of 10?
Yeah. So my mom. I remember being. My mother was an Irish lady, green eyes.
Your mama was so Irish.
She made the bomb ass tortillas, though. I'm telling you, my grandmother lived 2 houses down. My dad's mother, and I swear to God on everything. Every morning, my mother made tortillas for restaurants down in Armourdale when I was young. So every morning I'd wake up and there'd be dozens of tortillas in the kitchen. Flour. My Play-Doh was balls of flour. Yeah. She had balls, and then she would have a. My mom didn't have balls.
Your mom.
Don't. You don't talk
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm not going to
Don't
crow.
talk about my mama,
I'm
dog.
not going to crow because I
You
want you to
know,
talk about my mom. So I'm sorry about
My
that.
mom had big juicy balls that she would lay towels over so she could keep them moist. She wanted her balls moist. 24, and I grab it and they dry up in my hands. And I make little men and shit out of them, like little trinkets and shit. Yeah, that's true story. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how that went down. And yeah, growing up on that block, and then after that, once we started building 670, we moved over on Central Avenue, 796 Central Avenue.
Okay, is that
You
how?
still laughing? Why do you keep laughing at my mama, dog? You need to get your son over there, dog.
Hey, he's gonna start talking about your mama. You better stop.
Oh shit! Yeah. So
And then the house. Well, the house it's gone from Paula Vista. Well, now that those are new houses, they should have left it there though.
man, they took all that down. That was back in 78. They started buying our
Cleaning all
houses
that
out, and then
Gentrification.
yeah. What's that?
Gentrification.
Yeah, just like what you said. Yeah, exactly. I couldn't have said it any better.
God, I don't even know what he just said.
So,
Gender
yeah,
something.
that too.
Gender what? Yeah. So and then you guys ended up moving to
Right on Central Avenue.
Central Avenue.
Now you remember that house, right? You remember when I lived on Central Avenue, 796 Central, on Central Avenue, down by Greg and Felipe and them's house.
Yes. Okay.
And then they were off of right off of what would be about around 9th Street. Then I was off of 7th Street, 796.
Yeah. All right. Nice. So that house is still up.
Yeah,
You
I
ever-
like to buy
You
that.
ever drive by there?
Oh yeah, I do it all the time.
Yeah. Go up there.
I have done it. No, that house was a beautiful home.
Uh-huh.
My mom had that.
Big enough for 10?
Huh?
Big enough for 10?
It was not big enough for 10. By that time, my older siblings were already out, so there was about 5 of us there, and but yeah, man, that house was beautiful. I mean, it had vaulted ceilings and big
Balls.
balls,
Walls.
wet
I
balls,
said-
just balls galore.
Walls. I said
Walls.
walls.
Oh,
Big walls.
big walls.
Man.
Man, but yeah, it was a
Balls
cool
of the
home.
mind.
It's still there, but yeah, I did knock on the door a while back. It's not that area. It's starting to come back up again, Central Avenue, and that's another thing we can get into about
Yeah.
trying to bring back that area. That's what I do.
That's cool. Yeah. The schools you attended, where did you go to grade school?
I started out at Whittier Elementary. Whittier, that was off
Man.
of 10th Street. So I lived at that off of 255 South Tremont. So when we moved on the north side of Central Avenue, I had to go to Benjamin Banneker. So that was off of That's 3rd and Quindaro. So now
hood.
They shipped me right back. I mean, boy.
They
So
sent
we-
this little Irish, Mexican, Asian kid.
I had me a fro. I looked like a Chinese a black
There you
dude. I was in there like swimwear. I was like, shoot. But yeah, no, I didn't. I never had no fro. But
had the fro, and then you had a couple of chopsticks.
had a couple buns and some chopsticks that went through it.
Carlos would step in.
I always look Chinese, and I'm starting to grow out of it, but
Yeah.
it's still there.
Yeah, that's why you see him when he walks around. His eyes are always wide open. 'Cause yeah, Carlos is getting older. His eyes getting all wide. Can't see no more.
So yeah, I went to Whittier. Then I went back. I went to Central Middle School, and then I went on to Wyandotte High School.
Okay.
Graduated from Wyandotte.
Yeah. So you went. So Shelly, right? You guys were in the same grade, or?
Yeah, me and Shelly were in the same grade.
Yeah.
Now your mom. Now that's a whole nother story because
Go ahead.
they Sandy, Weta and Sandy and Maria and Shelly. We would their mother. She would take them on the bus in front of my house. Your grandma and my mom were good friends.
Yep.
So when they would get off the bus, they would come in to our house on Central Avenue because the bus stopped right there. So she had these 4 girls. They come. They were my cousins. We were cousins. So
Yep.
we'd come in. We go downstairs. Well, this is when I was trying to be Rocky. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. I was going. Shelly go down there and whip the shit out of me in my own house, bloody my nose. I tried to get her. She kicked me in the nuts. I'm like, man. Mom's like, I hear every time I hear the bus stop, I'm like, oh shit.
Here come the girls.
Here we go. It was Shelly, boy. Shelly was a beast. So yeah. So we grew up together.
Why are you fighting? What necessarily?
No, but it was just they would come down, and because I did some boxing when I was younger, so we'd have these little deals, and we box. Before you know it, we'd have one glove on. You know, we're trying to beat each other, and but Shelly was she was a tough girl. Now that was
Interesting.
So,
Okay.
but so let's go. Were you an athlete? And
Nah, I did boxing. I love I like
did the boxing, uh-huh.
I like boxing. I did that thing. No, I could. I wasn't smart enough. I felt, I never put myself into school as much as I should have.
Yeah.
But there was things that I did. I mean, like when I was in Central. This is
You don't got to be smart to be an athlete.
No, but you have to make grades to be an athlete. You know what I mean? And
True.
and there was a time and some of the lowest points of my life has made me who I am today, because success and is a sweet thing. When I was a kid, I was in Central, and the grades wasn't there to be on the track team. So I won't say his name. He's a teacher. He works closely with the mayor now, which I do as well. And Quijas, you're too dumb to run. Hurt my feelings. I'm like, what? So I would go.
He said, first of all, you don't have your damn shoes on.
Yeah, I ran fast with my shoes off. I took the remaining of them socks off. I'm like, come on, sucker. No, but truly, I would go up and run with the track team and whip them, run, and I would go home, and they would go in and clean up and get ready to go home. I never didn't, and it was one of those feelings like, man, you know what? Boom, and now things have turned around, and the same people that you think that thought less of you,
Yeah.
they come back and they're like, oh, hey, well, it's good seeing you now. I'm like, uh-huh. Yeah. I was like, yeah. So, but yeah, never really got into too much sports.
No.
I did some wrestling for my freshman year at Wyandotte, but other than that, no.
Wrestling.
Didn't do much.
I did some DJing. I like to play around and hang out with the dudes.
Did he say wrestling?
Yeah, wrestling.
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 What is
That's right.
wrestling?
It's wrestling.
Oh, it's wrestling.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wrestling.
I didn't know. Wrestling. I thought you said wrestling. I
I did.
didn't know
Yeah,
what the-
that's some people call it wrestling.
Wrestling.
It's the Irish in him that's calling it. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh man. So okay. So I my next question was: did you letter in any sports? Did you did you have a Letterman's jacket?
Yeah,
Apparently not.
No, I did not.
But you know what? Speaking of Letterman's jacket, here recently I saw some pics of you in that Casey Royals. It looks like a Letterman jacket.
Yeah.
Dude, I like that.
That's a bad jacket,
It
isn't
is,
it?
it
Casey
is.
Royals
I'm
jacket.
gonna-
I'll
I'm gonna
let
have
you
to
borrow
go-
that, Mike.
I'm gonna have to go get
telling
me
you,
one,
boy.
man, 'cause I was like,
they don't
that's
make
a-
those you ain't gonna find that one.
What?
You can't find that one.
Special order or what?
That's just you will not find that jacket.
Shit. I'm gonna have to make my
you
own.
probably only will. That's probably the only one you'll ever see like that.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we'll talk after the show because I was
that
like,
was a bad dude. Yeah.
yeah, I like that. Did you ever get a class ring?
That's a whole story there too.
Because you lost it? You had one?
No, I barely graduated, dude.
Okay. I mean,
You want me to tell
same
you?
here. Yeah, I want to hear. 'cause
I'll tell you,
mine.
it's crazy because I was doing my thing, just
DJing?
hanging out, having fun. I was just
DJing, talking about moms.
talking about mom, just the little, the younger one trying to keep up, and then all of a sudden, boom, 17. I walk in high school a couple of days before Thanksgiving, and I get caught with the sawed-off shotgun. This is 19.
You get caught with this.
Sawed-off shotgun. Hand on the pump.
La 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 la. Hey. But yeah, so what happened was, a couple buddies, a few of ours. This is all true, man.
Oh, we're getting facts here.
Fact. This is all
Ladies
facts.
and
dude.
gentlemen, these are all
These are all
facts.
facts. I'm telling you. So what we did was, we broke into a home. We
Jeez,
skipped
okay.
school. and
We're
we
gonna
broke in a home.
You broke into a home?
Yes, and we took their stuff, and so that we go saw the shotgun off. Blah blah blah. Well, the next following Monday, I take this shotgun to school. To take and
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it.
and these are the people that were with me.
Okay, yeah.
And all those guys.
Okay, yeah.
So then, anyway, but I get caught with it, and the kid, the guy, the police officer at Wynot High School tells me, you push your education up a rope. You'll never graduate. My mom came, and she said, "Where did you get this gun?" And I was, I bought it from a kid on Kansas Avenue at 7th and 7th and Kansas at McDonald's. They're like, no, that's not the truth. We know something else is going on here.
You bought it on Craigslist.
No, I stole
on
it.
the internet.
Oh yeah, there's no internet. That's right.
So so the police were there and they tell me, hey, we're going to let you talk to your mom for a minute and we're going to give you a couple minutes, but what you say next is going to be we're going to record and it's going to be used against you in the court of law. So I tell my mom, I'm like, it's like, what happened, son? What did you do? And I told her the truth.
Yeah.
And she said, she cried and she says, this is the worst I've ever felt. She goes, I've had kids and I've never thought you would do this to me. She goes, just promise me you'll never do it again. I said, I won't. And they came back in. I told my story. I stayed with my story. My mom cried because she knew I was lying, and I've never picked up something that wasn't mine since, and did that. During that time, I started educating when I went to this Alcott school. Yeah. This is back when this is before Columbine. This was way. I mean, the things that gangs and all that was.
I guess I'm trying to understand what was the reason to bring it to.
Well, the kid that had the stuff to clean out the barrel because we sawed it off. His dad had a deal, so he lived by the school, so I had to bring it to school so then I could because I was on the bus. So I got on the bus, took it to a school, and then what I did was I DJed at the time, so I brought my had a big radio and I had it in the back of in a bag. So when I first got there, I took it to the gym class because my gym was in fifth hour after lunch, blah blah blah. So the gym teacher seen it, calls, and that's how that all went down. And one of the lowest points of my life, but one of the things that made me who I am today. And again, I tell kids, I go, you can stumble, you can fall, but if you get back up. I'm a fine example of it. Yeah. I mean, when I raised my son, every day, swear to God, every day we walk to the door, I say, what I want you to be. He goes, a fine young man. That's it. I mean, you can try to be the lawyer, doctor, whatever, but what you need to be is a fine young man, be polite, be a gentleman. I go, we have enough smart kids, smart ass, computer whiz. I go, be a man, be a gentleman. I go, being polite, being that type of person. I go, there's a lack of nowadays. I mean, that's why things are going on in our society is what it's going on now. So, trying to raise your kids to be a fine young man. So Anthony Michael's that.
Yep. And I can play off of that, and I've tried to do that with these boys. And I mean, I'm glad that they're sitting here doing this with me.
Oh man. Good stuff.
And my oldest one, he's out doing his thing, and he lives in the area now. He was in D.C. for
now. Which one's one's going to be the school
school board?
Yeah, that's him, right?
Yeah, Mario. Yeah,
nice. Yeah,
the third.
Yeah.
He'll be.
I see that.
He'll be running for school board.
Yeah.
So these guys. I appreciate these guys doing this with me.
Oh man,
it's awesome. It's fun to do with these guys.
They'll never forget it.
Even though this guy, the one down there, doesn't pay attention to what's going on.
Not true.
Oh man. And so it's your stomping grounds. I mean, do you have any is there what's your stomping ground? I guess did you go back and see this area and you say, yep, these are my stomping grounds. This is where I say, would St. Margaret's be that, or
the crazy
growing up?
Central's always was my stomping ground, but I was always able to go to Argentine and the West Side, even though some of my friends and them had beef and all that. You know, there was always a little bit something, but I always took pride of being able to go to every neighborhood. And
you were the cool cat.
I was a cool cat. Cool Cat Carlos is what they call him. Cool Cat Carlos.
Cool cat DJ. Cool cat Carlos. Sockless.
Shoeless.
Shoeless. Sockless. Boxing. Doing all that shit. Yeah. So I bring up stomping grounds because, of course, people that are watching this today. This happened a week ago. Franklin Center caught fire today. Did you hear about that?
I did not.
Yeah. So you're familiar with Franklin Center?
Right down
on 14th Street.
Right by your house.
Yeah.
Your old house. Yeah.
I was on 15th Street. So it went up in flames today.
Do they know why?
I haven't heard anything. I don't know what happened. What
was it? The go-kart you used to have that it was down in the basement.
After 30 years, it just finally.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, those are my stomping grounds, and I've always joked around and said, man, nobody's doing anything with Franklin Center. And sometimes I tell Sandy, I say, if I had enough money, I'd buy that sumbitch. I'd do something with it.
Right.
Big old, and I don't know. I mean, I haven't done any research if anybody's using it or not. But anyway, a friend of mine from work, he wasn't working today. He's off. And he sends me a text and says, dude, Franklin's on fire. I'm like, what? Then he sends me a picture that somebody posted on Facebook. They had to stop because traffic and the roof is on fire. People were yelling, "We don't need no water." And I was like,
"No, they did not. No. Stop it."
Yeah, it's like the roof is on fire, and I was fucked up. Anyway, I just had to throw that in there. Sorry. Yeah.
Hey, but it's all stone though, right? You can come back. It can come back.
It's a stone. I mean, who knows? Because I don't know if the fire started from the inside and it just worked its way up, or it could have started up on top.
What were they doing with that building? Do you know?
I don't know.
Nothing. It's just sitting there. It's
sitting
there.
Yeah.
Up until myself, my earliest memory was the last thing was a little ice cream shop or coffee shop.
They called it a coffee shop, but they would sell ice cream and food.
That was my last memory, and that was when I was like.
And right across the hallway, there used to be a store, and then there was empty classrooms that we would use for parties. We would throw parties in there. People would rent just that small little classroom, and we'd have a party. Yeah.
Wow, didn't know that.
Yeah. So if I was, it was a shitty day because I was like, man, that's where I grew up. And then before my dad passed away, before the cancer really took him, he and I would go for walks, and we went around for a walk, and we were walking right in front of the school. And I would say, hey, Dad, you remember when we used to drive the go-kart here, play baseball? And it was just a good moment.
Alfonso was telling me about that.
Oh, yeah.
We worked together. Me and Al worked together, so he was telling me about the go-kart deal.
That's how you know about the go-kart.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
That you hit your friend that was on the bicycle.
Oh, yeah.
And you locked eyes as he flew over the go-kart.
DJ Spin. Yeah, he wanted to challenge me, and we collided, and his bike landed on top of me, and he flew right over me, and we locked eyes. He's like, whoa. Like, why? I'm like, you challenged me.
Yeah.
What a world.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So it went up in flames. So I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out what started it or what. And
it's sad.
I honestly would hate to see that building go down.
Yeah.
Because I talked to a lot of people, and I've talked to people. Hell, my last guest, my cousin, Julie Rocha, she went to school there, so she had little stories about that. So and then. People that I've talked to, I went to Franklin. What? And I'm always like, what? You went to Franklin? I went to Franklin to buy food and groceries. Y'all went here to learn something, right? So anyway, it was a sad day, very sad. But we'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen with that school. Speaking of, you remember your first bike?
Yeah, it was a Huffy.
Huffy?
Huffy?
I still have a Huffy. I have a Huffy. Huffy, and the Huffies were really not the most expensive bike, right?
No,
it was the cheap bike.
No, it was a cheap bike.
And
I had a lot of cheap
still have
things.
mine on my driveway. In my driveway.
You're allowed to pass down stuff after 10 other people.
No, that's not. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have my first name brand shoes until I was in like 7th grade. My first pair was Nikes.
Yeah.
Before that, I mean, it was because I come from 10, so there was not a lot of money to go
Yes,
around. So
yeah.
there was, so we lived
So
simple.
did you get a lot of hand-me-downs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of hand-me-downs, Goodwill. My mom made a lot of my clothes, even in high school.
Yeah.
She made clothes for me.
So there in 88, 89, you were wearing bell bottoms.
I was wearing. They would call them.
People would be like, "Damn,
you're a decade late."
DJ Loss is stuck in the 70s, man.
No, they were.
He got
They
an
were
afro.
those pants that looked like I forget what the name of it. It was just like a zip string, and it was just. My mom made them. I forgot the name of those, but yeah, she made them. She made a lot of my clothes when I was in high school.
Were they made out of tortillas?
No, that was my little figures, my toys.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever ride a motorcycle?
I did.
Oh,
did
yeah.
ride a
So you did have a.
I had a
Because I
motorcycle.
know Marcos wants to learn how to ride a bike.
Yeah, I had a motorcycle one time, just for a little while.
Oh, yeah?
I
What's a little while?
probably about a year or so. But when I was out in Bonner Springs, a buddy of mine had one. Rob Glenn had it.
Okay.
And I didn't know how to ride one, and he was riding it back and forth in Bonner Springs, by the way. No, it was Bonner Springs. So we're drinking beer, and I start getting liquid courage, and I'm going to get on this bike.
Yeah.
So I get on it, and I'm driving down the alleyway and back and forth. I'm starting to get a hang of it.
Yeah. And then you said, build me a ramp.
Boom! I took off in it. I drove home. Kim wakes up the next morning. My car's not out there. Here comes this broke down ass. It was like a mint and green crotch rocket. It was all jacked up.
Yeah.
It was a beat up car, or beat up motorcycle, and that was my first experience riding a motorcycle. The first time I learned how to ride it, I rode it home in the middle of the night from Bonner Springs back to 7th and Central, in the rain.
Man.
Swear to God, true story. True story.
And then so the next day you had to go back out there and get your car? Or what?
Well, he
drove?
He drove my car, but I had to drive that bike over into Missouri. I worked at a company called Bird and Fletcher. It was a box manufacturing off of 6th and Central, right by Folgers Coffee.
Okay.
I sat there, but not knowing, hungover. The bike wouldn't start. I lived on a hill, so I was trying to pop this clutch. Got it to 7th and Central. I had 3 guys push me and get it started. Ride it over into Missouri. Well, then there's a helmet law.
Okay.
So they're all going like this, put your helmet on. And I'm sitting there, riding
Telling
this
you, those guys are trying to tell me to think while I'm riding this bike.
Right. Yeah. So
Think about what you're doing, fool.
It was a hell of an experience.
And then did you have a bike? Did you own a motorcycle?
I owned a motorcycle for about a year.
Okay.
Maybe 2 years, but never really got real comfortable riding a motorcycle. So I thought, things have happened in my life. I thought, 2 wheels, I better stick to 4 wheels, not 2 wheels. I just go ahead and, stick to.
So
if
your boy ever ride a motorcycle, would you?
Oh yeah, he rode a motorcycle. Anthony Michael rides. He can ride a motorcycle.
Okay.
He was riding a Harley Davidson motorcycle to Piper High School when he was 16.
I am.
We were riding.
That's where he went to high school. He went to Piper.
Yep.
Okay.
Piper High School. Yep.
Remember when he played basketball for me back in the day?
Yeah, he did play basketball. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it's good times.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Love that boy.
Have you ever been told you look like a celebrity?
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey told you this?
No, I look like Jim Carrey. Fire Marshal Bill. I can do it. I wish I looked like George Clooney. I always want to say little George Clooney with the splash of Tupac, but I don't think it's going very well.
Tupac, okay, I don't. Okay,
yeah.
Tupac and George Clooney.
Tupac?
Yeah, no, not. There's not too many people that ever said I look like a celebrity. Why do you look?
Yeah, why?
Look like a celebrity?
I remember back in the day, I thought you looked like Patrick Swayze.
Really?
Yeah.
Someone told me that. Someone did tell me.
It might have been the mullet.
Yeah,
I had a mullet. Yeah, I did have a mullet. Yeah.
And you used to walk around saying, "She's like the wind," all the time. I'm like, why does he keep saying that?
She's like the wind. Not hold the mic. She's like the wind.
And then you always wanted to do the
clay pot scene from Ghost.
Yeah, I was like, why is he always carrying? Oh, he's carrying tortillas.
He's in a masa.
He wanted to make pottery out of this shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
thank you.
So,
I appreciate it. I feel like that's a compliment. I appreciate you,
take
man.
that from me. That's because people used to think I look like Rob Macho back in the day.
Who?
kids.
himself.
What about you?
What? No, I'm
Yeah,
lying to
well,
you.
I mean,
no, hell no. Cut that out.
I was a freshman in high school when I was told this. Some girls, I was down at the plaza with a cousin of mine, and these girls came up to me. Are you Ralph Macchio? Yes. Yeah. So. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I had to do the crane. That's what it was. Watch me stand on this fire hydrant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody ask if you're Asian?
Huh?
Anybody ever say you? I got
Here we go.
side effect
You wrote
again.
You wrote these questions down last night. No one will start crowing. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Literally in text it says, "Ask if you are Asian." Next to it says, "LOL."
Yeah, hey, that's.
I told you that's why you still walk around with your eyes wide open.
Huh?
So you don't look like you're.
He looks wide awake. I drink a lot of Red Bull. As when I was younger, I really did look a lot like an Asian.
Yeah.
I mean, you should see some of them. I was like,
pictures.
I go soap-eyed. That was it. But I have.
People look. Hey,
For the record, I have been told I look like an Asian.
yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
not at all.
hell no. I like Asians.
Yeah.
For the record, was it my dad who asked you?
That's the record there. Put the needle on the record.
I just checked that out. Yeah. Are you a mechanic or a handyman?
I am.
Which one?
Both.
You do both?
A shade. I'm a shady tree mechanic. I can do things.
I don't know if I want to work with a shady man.
No, nowadays, I mean, brakes, alternators,
Yeah.
Oil changes, things on that
Are you
order.
certified?
You need something worked on?
No.
I got
Well,
you.
no, actually, my truck does need some work, but because I like to joke around and say I'm certified through YouTube.
Yes, that's
Right?
exactly
YouTube,
what I am.
You just go through YouTube and you watch this video, and bam, you become certified.
A mechanic. And I always told my son that. I said, you got to learn something. I go, learn how to do a little work on, be a mechanic. Me and him, Anthony Michael, this true story, he was about 11
I'm glad
years
you're telling a lot of true stories here.
True story, because I don't lie. I don't lie.
All right, Pinocchio.
We built a rec room downstairs. We framed it. Now I never done a rec room. We Googled it. I learned how to do that. Anthony's he was hitting a nail gun. He's hitting a nail gun. Bam! I'm hitting it up. We're hitting the studs. I drop a 12-ounce hammer. I swing it, catch him in the back of the head. He jumps up. He's holding the back of his head. He thinks I hit him on purpose. You hit me on purpose. He's bleeding like a stuffed pig. He runs upstairs, flinging blood everywhere. Tim comes down. He said, you hit him in the head with the hammer. I go, there's days I really want to hit him in the head with the hammer. Today, I need his help. I did not want to hit him in the head with the hammer. The kid comes back 15 minutes later, blood all crusted in his ear. He's back on the job. He's back on the job working. So,
he had to let that ringing kind of like calm down a little
he
bit.
kind of had a little lazy out there for a while. I had a poop, poop. We kind of tweaked him in, rubbed his ears a little bit, and got him.
You had to hit him on the other side with the hammer, even things out.
Bink.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do a little this, a little that.
Yeah, so do I. Like I said, I was working on our deck and putting up a shade, and so let me tell you what happened at Home Depot the other day.
Oh, is it the
We already did
bungee
this
cord?
story.
Is it the bungee cord again?
It was the bungee cord. Oh, I must have told that story.
Yes.
That's what happens when you get old. I forget shit like this.
Aisle 11? What was it?
Oh yeah, aisle 11. You find bungee cords. The one on Marion, on Mission, Mission or Marion?
Marion.
Yeah, Marion.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so we're getting ready to get to the end here of our episode, but real quick, St. Margaret's Park.
Yes, sir.
Remember that was our spot
Yes,
when
sir.
we used to hang out in the 80s, right?
Yes, sir.
So we would all hang out at St. Margaret's, and Ramon Garcia would bring out that big old speaker, his house speaker.
Remember, it was on the Cadillac?
Yeah.
The Cadillac would go, round, round, like it wouldn't start. I mean, it'd go, round, and all of a sudden, every time it'd fire up. Never seen the car get jump started, but it'd go, room, room, and boom, it'd kick on.
And then you got to chill with come
Yes.
on, right?
Oh, yeah.
Those are good times, and we need a reunion.
I swear. Let's do it.
Right?
We'll
We
get
need to
together.
do it.
We'll do a
We'll get
podcast.
Leo.
We'll get everybody.
What?
Bam.
Okay.
We'll get a DJ going. We'll have. I think we
DJ
can pull that
Los.
together.
They just no.
We'll do it.
Socks.
We'll do it. We'll
Or
do
no
a
shoes.
crow session. We'll get some of those greasy mugs from Argentine back down over there.
Yeah.
Get Jaime Espinosa and Isaac and all them. Isaac
You know what?
Ortiz.
I just saw Isaac Ortiz over the weekend.
I love them. I love
Down-
those cats.
Yeah, I saw him down at in Shawnee, right by where I live. There's a little market thing going on, and yeah, we saw each other, and it was cool because I only see him through Facebook, but actually be able to see. I haven't seen Jaime Espinosa in years. Yeah.
Man.
So okay, but yeah, real quick, you just took a trip, or you just got back? What?
Yeah.
You just got back?
last night. I was back. Got back at 6 o'clock last night.
Yeah. Where'd you go?
I went to New York. I stopped in Philly. Oh, dude, it was badass.
Wait,
It was a
you
great-
stopped in Philly first, and then New York?
Yeah. The deal was I got a call last Wednesday. My nephew calls me and says, "Hey, Unc, what are you doing?" I'm between meetings at work, and I said, I'm just working. What's going on?" He goes, "Do you want to meet us up at Philly? You want to meet us in Philly, and then we'll go up to New York?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "If you want to," he goes, "all you gotta do is go to the airport. We have a plane ticket for you. We have a place for you to stay." He goes, "Just get on the plane." 6 o'clock the next morning on last Thursday, I was on a plane to Philly. Now we stayed in South Philly. We were like Rocky Balboa. I mean, really, and I have pictures. I'll show it to you after the cast. But cool little neighborhood. But it was about an hour and 45 minutes from New York. So I land in Philly, 11 o'clock. We're in the car going to New York by noon. By 2:30, we're
That's
in
a
Jersey.
2-hour drive.
About an hour and 45 minutes is
Okay.
what it took us. We drove there. Listen to this. So the first day we went to the
Tell us.
tell it that no we went to the
What was
memorial.
that joke earlier, Chris? Oh.
We went to the Ground Zero, but on Friday night we went to the Times Square.
Yes.
And we met this cat there that he was from Jamaica. There was a Jamaica place there. Cool cat. He was a doctor. We go to a speakeasy. He goes, I'll take you somewhere. He gets up. Swear to God. Goes. We walk out the bar. We go down a block. He rings this buzzard. A door just sitting on right in downtown. He whispers, and I'll tell you what the code word was. We go down the bottom of these stairs. There's a bookshelf. There is a bunch of magazine covers on this wall. Push a button.
Here,
Grab
let me
a shelf.
push that button.
The door spins open. No, really. The shelf spins open, and it's a bar
Interesting.
underneath Times Square.
No way, dude.
I swear, I have it all on my phone. You think I'm lying to you? The dude was cool. He said, "Come on down." We walked down these stairs. And that's all I gotta say about that.
Anymore, they'll come and find you. It's
And we've
supposed to be
been to
secret.
Times Square.
Man,
We were just there last
it's
summer.
called Speakeasy. It's a private.
Oh,
little
it's
place.
called Speakeasy.
No, that's what they call them.
Oh, well, yeah, I knew that.
Underground,
Wait.
yeah.
Yeah.
What?
A speakeasy is like it was in terms for
I thought
prohibition
he-
time.
Prohibition.
No,
I thought
speak.
he was speaking easy to use.
No.
No, man.
yeah,
No,
man.
I covered my
No,
tricks.
man.
No. It was, but
Applejack cereal.
The city was It was Friday night, and he was going.
Nobody sleeps in that fucking city, right?
No, and we
Nobody
went,
works in that city either.
Yeah,
I
nobody
know.
works, sleeps. I mean,
it was crazy. Had a great time.
Nice.
Went to hip hop.
Hip hop.
Hooray!
Oh,
Yeah, the
shit.
history of hip hop. Yeah.
All right, I gotta put my shit on.
There it is.
All right, so now we're gonna talk hip hop. So you went to Hip Hop Boulevard or Hip Hop Avenue?
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Bad. It was cool situation.
They're in Brooklyn, right?
Brooklyn. No, South Bronx.
South
The
Bronx.
South Bronx. South Bronx. Yeah.
Fucking
I
list
think it's
doesn't
like-
make sense. I had
like
a list of rappers that come out of Brooklyn, and
No,
now you
it
said
was
the
South Bronx.
Fucked it up.
Damn it!
Yeah.
All right, so I messed that bit up.
I think
Okay.
it was called Sedgwick Boulevard. Hip hop.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Yeah, it was cool. Now
That's
you
badass.
go down there, it's very, very rough down that area, but
Yeah.
we made it.
Like The roads were
No,
driving.
It was like lug nuts. Cars were getting taken apart when you at the stop sign shit. You know, you can't stop too long. Don't walk
You
around
stop
with
and
the
people just
don't
like a
start
Daytona
filming
cruise.
shit. Yeah, it was rough, but we had a good time.
That's cool though. I mean, and what'd you bring back? Did you bring back any souvenirs? Any
What did I bring back?
like a brick?
No,
Nothing. They said this is a brick from the Bronx.
no. I
you
left
could
it
put
all
that-
where it made. That was their stuff. I left it there.
Okay.
You know, I just
Yeah,
took.
that
I
makes
just
sense.
took what you know.
memories.
Memories. I'm like, man, because that's what made. I really looked up to that in the 80s.
I told you sent me that picture where you're standing next to the pole and it says hip hop. I
Yeah.
told you you should have climbed that pole.
I was going to climb the fucking building. I was.
What are you, Spider-Man?
I was like, they were all there, like, get out of here,
Or
get
King
out of here,
Kong.
you little gook. They're called, get out of here, you little gook. Get out of here. I was like, hey, I'm an Irish Mexican from Central, huh? Forget about
We have to
it.
beep that out. Okay.
What are you talking about, huh? Why are you busting my balls for it?
Oh man. Well, that's cool, man. That's cool that you went there. Was that your first time there?
Yeah, it was my first time. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go back.
So please tell me
Tell me.
that
Yes,
you
sir.
went. You had to have gone to Chinatown.
I went to Chinatown.
You said, I'm at home.
I came home.
I feel like I'm at home. Everybody was like,
Yeah,
they
they're like,
see you.
they started, confetti started falling from the sky. I took my shoes off. I was like, oh yeah, it was great. It was
Nice.
I seen John Gotti's little place, the Raven nightclub, Little Italy, on the
really?
Chinatown, Little Italy's right there. Cool spot.
Not too
yeah.
far. Chinatown, literally. Did we go to Chinatown? We didn't go to Chinatown.
We were in Koreatown.
Yeah, I guess.
We were in Koreatown. Everywhere we was more, it was more set in Korean
I thought we were-
culture
I
than
thought we were in
Chinese
Chinatown.
culture. No,
Find
it was
out-
very
this is
Korean.
This is my first time
Yeah.
hearing that we're in Korea.
It was more so Korean, like everything, like the
Jeez.
food, and then like the way they kind
Where'd you
of
go?
Korean town.
You went to Northeast?
So I can't. It was going towards so Statue of Liberty is south.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think it was going
It
south.
was, I don't know. Did you go see the?
Trust me,
did
it's
you go to
Korean. It was more so Korean than it was Japanese, like
Dirty
Chinese.
knees. Look at these. So, yeah. Yeah. So the man that.
Hey, tell your son to pull it together over here. Come on, man.
Pull it together.
All right, we're gonna finish this
Ah,
out.
yeah, we're done. Yeah. So, man, this was fun.
I had a good time, man.
I'm glad.
I
I'm glad
enjoyed
you
it.
came in. Yeah, this was
Hey,
fun.
yes. I love you guys.
Yep, I love
Appreciate
you
it.
too, bro. You know, and of course, like earlier, Carlos is related to mom and your mom and your mom and
Yeah.
Talking about my mom.
Yeah,
back
your
to mom.
mama.
Your mama.
back to your mama jokes.
Right, yeah.
Again, Eagles Nest, thank you for letting us. What? What?
This thing.
Oh,
Flyer.
but this is the same flyer that we put up last time.
I know. Do it again. Do it again.
Okay, so can I put it
No,
over
just
here?
tell about it. and I'll put it up.
Okay, well then why do you want
Read
to
it.
Yeah.
Read
Anyway,
it.
the scholarship fundraiser that this is the second annual for Eagles Nest Foundation. It's Ladez, a band from San Antonio.
Uh-huh.
Really good band.
Nice.
Really good band. Yeah.
Okay.
They're coming in town. I guess it's gonna be at Pearson, Saturday, June 24th.
Right on, June 24th.
Yep, this year, and it's gonna be Lisa G will be there. Las Estrellas.
All
They'll
right,
be
all
performing
right.
as well, and then of course,
Nice.
Ladez will finish off the night.
Cool.
But yeah, it'll be a fun night. Yeah, so we could just post that up again.
Yep. All information right there.
Yep, and all that information is there if you want to get your tickets or whatnot. You know, please join us. It's gonna be a fun night. And Ladez, I'm planning on getting you guys on the show. I'd love to get you guys on the show, and hopefully we can make it work. But again, Carlos, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you
bro.
for having me, man. I appreciate it. I had a good time.
It was a good time.
I
It was
love
fun
it.
talking, good times, and how we've known each other and whatnot. So that's what this podcast is about. You know, I had to bring back the shoe, you running for your shoes and whatnot. Yeah, so you probably forgot all about it. Now you remember.
I forgot about it. You brought it back to me.
So
All right.
yeah, thanks.
Well,
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the Big Podcast. Until next week, adios.
Peace.